Today I want to talk to you about something that is so close to my heart and something that I know that many of you are thinking about as well. That deep sense that your job, while stable and nice, just not it. If you've been feeling like you're working so hard just to get a few hours of freedom and you feel stuck, know that you're not alone. I've been there too. Let me share something personal. I've heard from many clients that they feel trapped in this cycle of giving 40 hours away to a corporate job just to get to the weekend and catch a breath, and then repeat again. They say things like, maybe it's supposed to be this way. I work to buy a bit of freedom on the weekend. I'd love to do something different, but by the time I get home, I'm so exhausted. That really hits home for me because I really know how it feels. For years, I could not see myself as anything but a corporate worker. I have a fantastic job, one that many people dream of, and I'm really grateful for it. But a corporate job never fully felt like, yes, that's it. And that's why I kept experimenting on the side. I had a journal business, I wrote a best-selling book, but I was very young, it was in my early 20s, so I got really scared and I just shut everything down. When I started with this YouTube channel, I told myself that I was going to make YouTube videos for a year and a half. Every week I would release a video and only then I would evaluate if it works or not. After I've shut everything down like that, I needed some proof that I can rely on myself and that I would not just run away at the sight of the first challenge. And here we are. Now it's been almost 3 years since I've been on YouTube. Now, I know that some of you aren't even sure what to monetize. Maybe you know at this point that 9 to 5 isn't fully it, but what's next? I know that a lot of coaches have this sophisticated, complex frameworks to help you find out your passion and what to monetize. But I think that things are just much more simple and I like a more straightforward approach. Let's focus on you. What are your passions? What are your interests? What would you do for free? There must be something, and our job is to find it. And while doing that, I'd like to suggest we take a deeper approach. So, for example, I like doing yoga. But does it mean that I need to become a yoga teacher? Maybe, but not necessarily. I'm going to ask myself a question, why do I like yoga? For me, it's because I like this connection to myself, this connection between my body and mind, and this feeling like I'm very in tune with myself. So for me, this why leads me to coaching. I like to help people find this connection, this deeper sense behind what they're doing, behind their words, behind their actions, and behind their 9 to 5 as well. So take a moment to figure out what you really like to do and ask yourself why, and try to connect the dots. Here is a mindset shift that changed everything for me. I think we are conditioned to believe, like many of us are conditioned to believe, that a job has to be 40 hours, that a job has to be hard, and with only weekends free. But deep down, I've always questioned that. Couldn't life offer something more? And then I just went with this nudge. I started surrounding myself with people who showed me that it is possible. This life, it's not only in movies. It is real. I used to subconsciously believe that if my job is not that hard that I have to force myself to do it, it would almost feel wrong or unfair to get paid for it. But then I realized that it's just a limiting belief. A job doesn't have to feel like that, in fact. And now with coaching, I really enjoy that. I feel like it's challenging, I feel like this job is demanding, but I don't feel like it's so difficult that I have to force myself to do that. If your job drains your energy so much that you don't have any left for your passions, it's time to look into your priorities. If this passion-driven life is that important for you, you should start looking into where you can get this energy from. Number one, if your job is too demanding, maybe you should look for a less demanding job that will allow you to spend your energy elsewhere. If you already have a job that could potentially allow for that space and for that energy to be saved, look into ways to save energy at your job. For example, you want to do your job to the best of your abilities because that's what you get paid for, and that's fair. But see if in some projects you tend to go above and beyond, and that's what's tiring you out. And if this delta, this, doing it well enough and going above and beyond, if this delta of your energy can be repurposed and used elsewhere. I know that these are tough calls, but sometimes we have to make difficult decisions and have an honest conversation with ourselves for new doors to open up in front of us. When I started with YouTube and Instagram, I committed to producing videos for 1.5 years before I would judge if it works or not. I'll repeat that. 1.5 years. So when I hear people telling me that they've tried something for a week or for a month and it didn't work, a week or a month is nothing. You need to keep doing something for long enough to gather data and only then conclude if it works or if it doesn't. I don't remember the name, but there was this businessman who's been in this field for 40 years, and now he was like, hey, I want to try something else, and he started building his online persona. He wanted to develop a personal brand. So he committed to posting on LinkedIn every day for 2 years. And there was someone who told him, wow, you seem like a pro, you know what you're doing. And he said, no, I've only been doing it for 2 years. I think this shows that people who know how much time it realistically takes to become good at something, they know that 2 years doing something is nothing. I've been on YouTube for 3 years. I've made more than 400 long format videos, and I don't even know how many short formats. And I still don't consider myself anywhere near to be a master of this craft. I'm still learning, I'm still developing my skills. I know already quite a bit about this field. I'll give myself a credit for it, but I'm still learning. So if you are just starting out, please give yourself some time. It takes time to truly become good at something, and it takes time to figure out how things work. Also on this note, please don't compare yourself to others. I know there is this, like it's very tempting, right, to compare yourself to other people, especially if you see that something is an overnight success or if you think that it came easy to them. It might be true that this particular thing feels like, they just, posted a video and it got 9-10 million views. It feels very easy. At the same time, you don't know how much work they've done before that. For example, take the famous KFC story. This guy tried more than, it's rumors, but he tried more than 1,000 times, so he got 1,000 rejections before he found the right franchise. So was it an overnight success or not? I'll let you decide. It's scary to start something new because we don't want to make mistakes and we don't want to put out there our crappy work. So let's immediately agree right here, right now, that you are going to make mistakes and you are going to produce crappy work, especially at the beginning. And that's how you're going to learn and how you're going to grow. Everyone went through that. I went through that, you went through that maybe during your studies or some at the beginning of your career, and you will go through that now as well. There's simply no other way. So let's just agree that you're gonna make mistakes, your work is gonna look trashy at the beginning, but that's fine. And this permission comes with a huge sense of relief and with a huge, just like permission not to be perfect. So if you are right now reminiscing over your first work and you're thinking, let's assume you're making a YouTube video and you're polishing it, you're trying to make it look nice and neat. I want you to watch it one more time, do the best possible job you can at the moment, and just go ahead and press publish. No matter what you're gonna do right now, in a couple of years from now, you're gonna look at this piece of work and you're gonna feel ashamed, but that's how you learn, and that's fine. That's why actually between you and me. A lot of creators, myself included, hide their first ever YouTube videos because we look at them and we think like, oh, I'm so ashamed. I don't want anyone to ever watch this. So with this, let's get it out of the way. It's not gonna be perfect, it's not gonna look nice, and it's gonna be a learning moment for you, but let's embrace it and let's just go through it. So if this video has inspired you to take even a tiny bit of step, drop a comment below, let us know what passion you are pursuing. I'm really interested in it. And if you have more questions or you want to share your story in detail, drop me a note on my Instagram. I'm very passionate about this subject and I'm always open to discussing it more in detail. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end. If you like this video, you will likely enjoy these two videos next. So I'll see you either in these two videos or on my Instagram. Bye for now.